Is BloFin worth your money, or is it a risky offshore exchange? I've had my account here since 2023 and I've compared over 50 crypto exchanges, as you can see here, across dozens of data points. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly where BloFin falls short, what the features and hidden fees look like, and if it's the best platform for your trading needs compared to all the other options you have. My name's Alex and welcome back to RankFi, where we compare and review crypto exchanges so you don't have to. And let's start with a broad overview of BloFin. This platform was founded in 2023, so it's a relatively new exchange that's trying to still prove itself, but it's gained a lot of momentum so far. It has 4.7 star rating on the App Store, 4.6 stars on Google Play, so pretty positive. Trustpilot is a 1.6 stars, and we'll get into this, but I take that with a grain of salt because even regulated crypto exchanges like Crypto.com have bad ratings on Trustpilot. And overall, the main things you can do here are trade spot, futures, access hundreds of cryptocurrencies, and while they do have some beginner features, BloFin overall is meant for advanced traders, as you'll see in this video. So I review all my crypto exchanges based on 5 major categories. Let's start off with the key features that BloFin offers. Now, the first reason people use BloFin, in my opinion, is their optional KYC policy. Now, that doesn't mean every country can sign up according to its policy. It does restrict some countries, which I'll show you in a second, but that's a reason a lot of people sign up for this platform. Easy sign up, optional KYC. Number 2, it has hundreds of spot and futures markets. So if we go to features here and see BloFin sort coins from top to bottom, it stacks up with all the other big exchanges in terms of coins. It doesn't have the most, but it definitely doesn't have the least. It is competitive with other platforms. 450 spot cryptocurrencies and about 470 perpetual futures. Another big reason people like BloFin is the advanced trading tools. This is the futures trading dashboard, and you're going to find advanced order types. There's also additional accounts on BloFin. So you're going to find a copy trading as well, where you can mimic the trades of other users who are hopefully making profit. If you go to futures here, they also have trading bots. So this includes free grid bots, AI bots, all this stuff you can set up for automated trading strategies. There's also a demo mode that you can test this out with. Another key feature for BloFin, or key selling point, is the user interface. It has a very clean, modern UI. Personally, I like it a lot. And the mobile app is also really good, and I showed you it has really positive ratings as well, with all the functionality and features you need, both on the web and mobile platform. Then lastly, there is an earn section right here. However, this is pretty basic. It's not as comprehensive as other exchanges. There's also this quick convert feature here. So this is more for beginners if you want to just very quickly purchase a cryptocurrency without going through the advanced dashboard. They also have 24/7 support, which I didn't mention. Now, it doesn't have the highest selection of altcoins or futures or features in general, but it is competitive with the majority of platforms, and you're going to find all the top coins that you need. Now, taking a deeper look at the cryptocurrencies, as I mentioned, it has 450 spot and 470 futures pairs, which is higher on the futures side compared to other platforms. If we open the markets up here, most of the trading pairs are going to be in USDT. So that's probably the crypto you're going to want to deposit onto the platform. It does have USDC pairs as well, but those are far less compared to USDT. And you can also see the volume on a lot of the large coins. There's very deep volume, but as you start going down the list, there is less liquidity. And that brings me into the next section. Having lots of coins doesn't mean a whole lot if the fees are super high. So how much does it cost to trade on BloFin? When I'm choosing a crypto exchange, this is the main thing that I'm looking for. And you can find the fee schedule right here, but let's open it up on RankFi. Open fees. BloFin has a 0.1% maker-taker fee, which is very competitive with the rest of the platforms. And the futures maker-taker fee is right here as well. If you decide BloFin is right for you as well, you can also use code RF1 when signing up to get a lifetime discount on your trading fees of 10%. So highly recommend doing that. And if you want low trading fees when you're looking for a crypto exchange, 0.1% is like a good fee range that you should look for. If you can find anything under that, then it gets very good. Now, BloFin can get really interesting if you look at the VIP fee tiers. So if you're trading lots of volume, the fees can actually get very low, and that becomes very attractive as well. In addition, whenever there's new tokens launched, BloFin often has 0 fees on those new tokens, which is a good perk to have if you're trading newer altcoins or looking for opportunities. Now, while most people only look at the trading fees, that's a mistake because there's other things you have to consider. So you also have to check the liquidity. Low fees doesn't matter much if there's low liquidity. If we go to CoinGecko here, you see they have $500 million in 24-hour trading volume. So it's solid for a newer exchange that was founded in 2023, but it's far from the top exchanges with billions of dollars in trading volume, as you can see here. Now, in practice, if you're trading large coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., you're not going to notice it when you're placing trades. But as you go down the list and maybe you start trading just lesser known altcoins, you definitely want to pay attention to this volume. You can see it's only a few $1,000s on some of these coins. So on any smaller tokens, just be mindful of this and make sure to set limit orders if you're going to be trading that on BloFin. Now, in addition to that, another really important fee I like to check for when choosing an exchange is the crypto withdrawal fees. As you can see right here, USDT is going to be $0, 10 cents, $1, so very cheap to withdraw USDT. If we do Bitcoin, for example, the fee is also very low, so they are not overcharging you like some exchanges to withdraw your crypto, which is a good thing to have. Now, beyond functionality, what about getting funds onto the platform? So let's look at the payment methods, which is another key category. You can see here, buy crypto, BloFin has quick buy, bank transfer. Now, the first thing I want to go through, they don't have fiat wallets or fiat trading pairs. So if you go to the trading pairs here, there's no fiat currencies here, and you can't actually hold fiat in your account. So if you do these quick buys, it's just instantly converting it to USDT. Now, this does support a bunch of fiat currencies, as you can see here. However, typically these have very high fees. And if you want to use this platform without KYC, the fiat features won't be available anyways. So you can buy crypto with fiat. There's also the bank transfer. However, just be cautious of the fees. It's also instant purchase, and you can't use it if you want to use this platform without KYC. So overall, fiat and payment methods are a downside of using BloFin. Keep that in mind if you're thinking about signing up. Now, one of the most important things about using a crypto exchange is the security. So let's go over now, how does BloFin protect your funds? Now, if we go to security here, let's bring up BloFin again. This exchange was founded in 2023. That's one of the main downsides. The number of users is unknown. They do have a proof of reserves. So they are advertising that they have 1-to-1 reserve of all assets, and it's actually above 1-to-1 for these coins. It uses cold storage to hold users' funds. They've never had any hacks or incidents, so the track record is good so far. They also have this certification, which means they're certified for holding your information in a secure way, and Fireblocks custody. So most assets are kept in insured cold storage via Fireblocks, an institutional grade custodian using multi-sig wallets. That's what that means. I also like to check third-party websites just to see their trust scores. CoinGecko has their own trust score and their own methodology. They give BloFin a 6 out of 10. Certic, which is a security blockchain website, they give BloFin a 72 out of 100. Really good resource here. And Sur.live gives them a 58 out of 100. So summarizing everything on security, the main drawback is BloFin was launched in 2023. Now, it does look secure by design, it checks a lot of the boxes, and it hasn't had any hacks or incidents so far, but it's not going to have that years of track record as some of the other exchanges like Kraken, Coinbase, and so on. So it is not one of the safest exchanges in the world if that's one of your main criterias, but it does still check a lot of the boxes. With security aside, let's actually see who can use the platform, because all of this only matters if your country can sign up. Now, if you go to BloFin's terms of use and search restrictions, you can see the restrictions of use in section 6. These are the countries that are prohibited from using the platform. This includes the United States, Canada, and a bunch of regions. So in practice, if you're trying to sign up for BloFin and you're in one of these countries, it's going to show a message or restrict you by your IP address. Now, since there's no mandatory KYC on BloFin, some users get around this using a VPN. However, keep in mind they can lock your funds or seize your assets and force you to KYC to prove you're not a resident. And there is some negative reviews about that, which I presume people have their funds locked. I presume because they're joining from the US or something like that. So you can use BloFin at your own risk if you're in one of those restricted countries. If you're outside of any of these countries, you can use BloFin just fine. It supports over 150 regions, so most countries around the world can sign up no problem. So like I said, I've been using BloFin since 2023 and I've reviewed over 50 platforms. So let's summarize the 5 key categories of this review. When it comes to usability, beginners might have a harder time on this platform, but if you're an advanced trader, BloFin is pretty awesome. It has a great user interface, lots of advanced trading tools, and the mobile app is also great as well. Plus, that's all backed with positive reviews. And of course, the optional KYC makes it super easy to open an account and start trading. Now, when we look at the actual features of the platform, I mentioned BloFin doesn't have the most coins or features on the market, but it is competitive with most of the exchanges. Now, one of the downsides in the third main category is the payment methods. BloFin does not have any fiat wallets. You can buy crypto using these quick convert options, but just watch out for the fees and know that you can't actually hold fiat in your account. It's an instant conversion. So that's a downside for BloFin. And you can only use these if you KYC on your account. Just keep that in mind. Moving on to the fees category. The trading fees are 0.1%, which is great. You can get a 10% discount with code RF1, even better. The main downside here is the liquidity. It's not going to have as deep order books as the big dogs like Binance and some of the more established exchanges. In practice, you're only going to notice that if you're trading lesser known altcoins. And lastly, for security, the main issue is BloFin was founded in 2023. So it checks a lot of the boxes, but it hasn't had a major test or track record as more established exchanges. So my overall take, I've compared a lot of non-KYC exchanges. So if you want specifically a platform for no KYC, I think BloFin is one of the best options out there as a no KYC exchange. Just be careful if you're trying to access it from one of the restricted countries. I do know they go pretty hard on users from the US. Now, my overall take, if we compare it to all of the crypto exchanges like Binance, KuCoin, BloFin hangs in there with the fees and the features and everything, but it's not going to have the most coins. It's not going to be the safest exchange. It doesn't have the fiat payment methods. It's not as regulated and the volume isn't as high. It hasn't had enough time to catch up to some of the more established exchanges. Stick with some of the big names. Some of my favorites are Kraken Pro, Binance, OKX, BitGet, depending on which country you're in. All of those will be linked below in the description as well. If you do like BloFin, remember to use code RF1 when signing up to secure yourself 10% discounted trading fees. You can also check out all my favorite exchanges in the description, which helps support the channel and help me create more data-backed reviews just like this on rankfi.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.